what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Things Kentucky. What's going on with your quacks?
What's going on? Have no fear. Big Things is here. I'm Coach Bew, my man, Coach TB on the side.
Man, you know, we creeping along, man. We're getting closer to this. Like I say, hopefully everything breaks for us, and that's good. I do want to give a shout out to my Scott County Cardinals. Miss Kennedy Tompkins just went for 1,000 points in Scott County, man. Congratulations, Miss Tompkins, man. This young lady is really doing big things in her senior year. Keep doing what you're doing, Miss Tompkins.
Absolutely. That young lady has dealt with some stuff outside of basketball and has kept grinding, kept her nose to the thing. A college is going to get a good young lady who loves basketball and who has done nothing but gotten better her time in Scott County.
All right, Coach. Well, this week, man, we figured we'd take a trip over to the 10th Region Girls and holler at our man, Mr. Robbie Graham, for the GRC Cardinals as they continue to dominate the region. We here with GRC legendary coach Robbie Graham. Coach, how's things going this season, Coach?
It's going pretty good. You know, it's been a difficult one for not only us, but for everybody with the COVID quarantines, also with the snow. We've been quarantined, and then, last couple weeks with the snow, very limited gym time. So it's tough. It's definitely tough. And it's mentally draining, on the kids. And then you feel like you're getting in pretty good conditioning, and then you got to set back away again. So you got to recondition. So it's tough. It's been tough on everybody.
Now, Coach, man, you've been lucky. Lord, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx you. But you've been lucky. You only had 2 missed games for COVID-related issues. So I know that's got to be feel a little bit good. Have you been able to get a lot of stuff done at that time? And how was those off weeks for you?
Well, it's, we have been lucky. We actually were quarantined before the season started back in November. So we were actually down for a while, probably about a month. We were unable to get in the gym. I tested positive. My wife tested positive. We had some players test positive, so we were shut down for a while. So as far as games go, it's been lucky. We've been very lucky. But it's still a work in progress. We lost a lot of our preseason stuff. We lift pretty heavy in the fall, condition our bodies, and we missed that. So we've had some kind of small nagging injuries. Praise God, nothing major, but just where their bodies just weren't ready for that. That pounding and that 2 hours of tough play. But we're trying to work on still squeeze fundamentals in, but then with the short amount of time, you gotta get your offense stuff in, your defense stuff in, those schemes. So it's just been kind of a rush. So I think teams with experience hopefully will have a little bit of advantage. And we lost 2 really good seniors that are both playing college basketball. Kenny Igo at Northern Kentucky and actually started her first game the other day, and Shelby Wilson at Georgetown, who's been starting a few games there. So those were our 2 leaders, and so it's been tough to replace them. So we're just such
you talk about missing Miss Igo and Miss Wilson, but Coach, come on, man, y'all ain't missed a beat, Coach. You have not missed a beat, man. Y'all still dominant. I think you got 2 losses in the region, Coach. How do you keep this machine going? Well,
we got 1 loss in the region. We're 11-4 right now. We have great kids and great coaches. I've been blessed to coach some tremendous kids, and been blessed to be surrounded by great coaches. And one thing that we talk about is you don't want to be that team that doesn't. So that's we just don't want to be that next team that doesn't make it. We've won 7 districts in a row. You don't want to be the team that doesn't get to 8. We've won 4 regions in a row. You don't want a team that doesn't get to number 5. So that's kind of things that we kind of hang our hat on, because every year our goals are we want to be the 1 seed in the district, we want to win the district, want to win the region, and we want to get a chance to get to the state tournament and have a chance to compete there. So those are our goals. We don't set like number of wins or anything like that, because we're always going to play a tough schedule. And I tell people, I'm too old to try to be the all-time winningest coach at Kentucky. So we're going to have losses, and we're going to play really good teams. We jumped on the bus Saturday and went to Bardstown. We hadn't practiced all week, but one day we practiced Friday. but we jumped on a bus, went to Bardstown, I'm sorry, because we need to play. You know, they're a really good team and, you know, top 10 team in the state. But that's what gets us ready for postseason plays. We don't dodge anybody. We don't run from anybody. You know, we're not going to go undefeated because we're always going to play tough teams. But it's just, you know, we talk about winning becomes a habit. You know, we want that to be a continuous habit to want to win. So, like I said, just a blessing, truly a blessing to have great kids and great coaches.
The coach, to follow up with that, speaking about the great kids, coach, this is still a fairly young team as well. To my sense, a sophomore leading you in scoring, Brianna Briars. By the way, she's better than Daddy Juan already, I heard. She's averaging 15.5 points a game, 6.7 rebounds. You got Trinity Gay at 8.4 points a game. Tyra Flowers, almost 9 points a game and almost 7.5 rebounds a game. That's pretty impressive for some young ladies. And who else are you leaning on?
Well, we have senior Erica Berry, you know, our only senior. So we have, we got one senior, but we got some few juniors. Erica Berry is a starter. She's actually out right now. Didn't play Saturday. She's got an ankle injury, so she'll be out probably a couple more games. We got Aj Garrett. I think you mentioned Tyra Bree and Trinity Gay. And then Cece Byers, 8th grader, starting for us. You know, she's, you know, growing into a heck of a player. Just young, you know, at times, but really understands the game and knows the game. Tyra's, you know, been having some nagging injuries. She's the one that's kind of been affected by probably the shutdown as much as anybody. Just nothing major. Just her body is just, you know, going through a few little nagging things, and hopefully we can get her completely healthy for postseason play, because we're definitely going to need her, you know, playing to, you know, for us to be successful. Amber Miller comes off the bench for us, you know, helps us. We have Nicole Davis comes off the bench. We have, make sure I don't forget anybody, young lady by the name of Maddie Zeke, who's getting some minutes. I think I mentioned Aj.
Man, you are probably one of the most successful coaches in girls basketball over the last decade for sure. A lot of success. How do you continue that success? And do you put any extra pressure on yourself to try to get back to where you try to get better every year?
Well, you know, you're talking about the successes. You know, we work it pretty hard. I mean, I'm not saying other programs don't work hard, because I mean, all programs do. But, you know, we hang our hat on our hard work and on our toughness. And we want to be, you know, we want to be in the mention with good teams. You know, and we, you know, you mentioned, you know, high school girls basketball in Kentucky. We want to be in that conversation. You know, we have some, once again, our kids just want to win. You know, that's just the bottom line is our kids just really want to win and they want to be successful. And once again, you know, like I said, we play everybody, so our people know about our program. But pressure, I mean, I love it. You know, I love coaching this game. I love working with kids. I don't think it's pressure when you love doing what you're doing. You know, we strive to be the best we can possibly be. And as long as we can look in the mirror and say, you know, we gave it all we had, then, you know, that's all we can do. You know, every year I talk to our team about, you know, when we play our last game, whether that be in the district, region, or in state tournament, you know, we got to be able to look our seniors in the eye, our coaches and our other players, and got to say, we gave you all we got. And if we can do that, you know, it's all we can say. You know, we gave you everything we got to try to be the most successful we could possibly be. And if we can do that, you know.
Now, just looking back on the last year, you know, your senior girls, Kennedy Igo and Brianna Wilson, they had been with you, and you guys have had a lot of success. How disappointing was it that they didn't get to finish, you know, in Rupp Arena?
Well, it was tough, you know, and we were there. We were actually in the Rupp Arena because the way the schedule set.
I think y'all were scheduled to play next, weren't y'all, or something?
Yeah, well, we were playing that evening. It was the afternoon sessions, but we would have been playing that evening. So, but if we would have won the first game, the team that we were watching, we would have played in the second round. So we were there, you know, kind of get a little scout in, and then we were going to go, you know, have team dinner, then, you know, come back and be ready to play. And, you know, our AD calls me over, and we're sitting there watching the game. He said, I need to talk to you for a second. So we step out in the Rupp lobby, and he says, the tournament's done after this game. And I'm like, what? You know, the tournament's done after this game. And I'm like, shoo. So I called my girls out because I didn't want to, social media was starting to get out. So they needed to hear that from me, not from anyone else. So I call them out and I tell them, as a team, face to face, and just devastated. I mean, they just felt like their world was just ripped away from them. And we understood. I mean, obviously, it was devastating, and at the time, just not knowing the severity of the situation, you knew it was, just not knowing was the biggest thing about the pandemic. And like I said, it's 500,000 deaths later. I mean, was it that important for us to play in the state tournament? You know what I'm saying? Would we like to play it? Of course, but if we saved a life, just one, that would have been affected by the pandemic, by being at Rupp, playing the games, you know what I'm saying? It's puts on perspective, and once they look back on it, they realize that, hey, it would have been nice to play, but there's bigger things in basketball. And we stayed in contact a lot through Zoom. Should have invested in Zoom, by the way. Rich by now. But we stayed in contact. We would send them motivational things. Just let them know we were there for them and we love them and that kind of thing. So it was a tough time, but the kids are resilient. Definitely resilient, and live to play another day.
Rumor has it the zone was spotted in some GRC games earlier in this season. Now, I don't know, Coach. Is that kind of one of the things that you had to adjust your style, coming into the season because you didn't have all the fall stuff?
Yeah, it's we nothing. Our man-to-man defense is kind of what we've hung our hat on my whole coaching career. I was taught by legendary coach about man-to-man defense, and when I was a boys assistant here, we continued on that. And for the most part of my career, here as a head coach, we've been man-to-man, but it just takes so much time to develop it because you got your rotations and you got your, you got to cover this, you got to cover that, and every minute detail. It just didn't have a lot of time. So we still work on it, trying to build it. But we have played probably more zone than I've played in my entire career. I'm stubborn, but you got to do what you got to do. We're trying to win, and so we're doing what we got to do to win. But yeah, it's been spotted probably more than ever.
As any true, you had to Google zone defense because you didn't know nothing about it. I heard you had to Google it, how to play zone and put it in.
I had to make some calls and talk to a few people. I make sure we were getting in the right spot. So yeah.
All right, Coach, man, getting ready for postseason. What's it going to take for us to be successful and earn another trip to Rupp Arena, Coach?
Well, we have our district's really tough. We have Paris who beat us the very first game of the season. We kind of redeemed ourselves and beat them, but they're good. Montgomery County has good young talent. Bourbon County is well coached and always play hard. So our district's going to be tough. Right now we're looking at, we could possibly be the 2 seed, for the first time in a while. We're tied with Paris, but they beat us the first game, which this year that's the tiebreaker, whoever won the first game. So, I've never said this, I guess, but if Montgomery will play Paris again. So if Paris beats Montgomery, then we'll get the 1 seed. So we're kind of rooting for Paris rooting for Montgomery a little bit. So I guess you're not supposed to say that about your arch rival, but yeah, we are. But we got to stay healthy. That's one thing, and just keep kind of coming into our own. Then the regional tournament's tough. Bishop Brassert's got a post player that's going Division I. I think she's Toledo Akron. I'm not really sure I won, but she's really, really good. Their experience, we had a heck of a game with them in the semifinal last year. It was a dogfight to the very end. Scott High, who not a lot of people know about, extremely talented. They have 2 Division I players, one going to West Kentucky, one going to University of Tampa. Had a lot of injuries last year. I think he had 3 ACLs last year of kids that would have been starters. I had a rough year last year. Maya Meredith, is one of the best players, not just in Kentucky, but one of the top players in the country. So, it's not going to be an easy path at all. We're excited we get to host the region, so we're hopefully that we can, win that first district game and put ourselves in position to be able to play at home, for the regional tournament. We're undefeated at home, so that hopefully we can continue that, but we got to, like I said, stay healthy, keep grinding, just continue to work hard and, try to get better.
Since y'all going to be hosting for the region, can we talk to the concession people about getting that pork chop sandwich back?
I tell you, I don't know if they'll have that or not. We'll see what we can do. But I tell you, you guys need to get to one of our girls' games, our concession stand. Guys, I think we got the best chili dogs in the country.
Hold on. Is Mary still making the chili sauce?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
all right, say no more. Put me down for the next game. I'm Mary. I'm saying Mary sticks her whole foot into that chili sauce. Best chili sauce going. Don't tell my mama best chili sauce going. I'm telling you. You stick a whole big toe and foot in there. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. We have, that's a lot of people. As soon as they walk in the gym, they're like, where's the concession stand? They got to get the chili dog.
But appreciate you, Coach. I know you got to get back, man, but thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Robbie, man. Be easy, man. Yes, sir. Good seeing you, man. Everybody say hello, Robbie Graham, man.
For sure.
You know, like family to me. He does a great, he's done a remarkable job at GRC. I know he's got to be one of the top candidates every year when coaching jobs come up on Girl Our Boys. But like I said, he's happy where he's at. He's done a remarkable job. Always deals with injuries early on. I always get some girls ready to play. He spoke about his heartbreak of not being able to play in the Sweet 16 for those young ladies last year. But I'm looking for him to getting back this year, Coach.
Yes, sir. And we got to get down there because now I got to get me a chili dog, Coach.
Hey, she stick her whole entire foot and ankle in that thing, boy. You hear me? It is off the chain. All right, Coach. On the boys' side, we got a chance to check out Daniel Brown, head coach of Henry Clay, who's currently set the fifth. Coach, man, how's it going? And thanks for joining us today.
It's going good, I guess, for basketball-wise, good as could be expected, right, everybody? But I appreciate the kind words. You guys are really nice. So, but, you know, we're excited about playing tonight. We haven't played, since the 9th. So, we, like everybody else, COVID and the weather. So, we're just trying to get things started again. So, but everything's going fine.
That Coach, man, I noticed that you all have had 12 games canceled for COVID. You currently sitting 8-3 right now. I guess a two-part question. How's it been trying to offset those 12 games you missed? Two, right before both those breaks, you had 3 to 4 game winning streaks going on. How bad was that for your momentum?
Well, you know, I've been in this a long time. When you got momentum, you want to keep playing. You know, our kids were really starting to, you know, once you get them in shape and then everything going good. But you're right. We've gone through 2 stretches of quarantines, and then you throw the weather on top of it. So that's almost like a quarantine last week for everybody. So it's definitely tough. You know, only playing 11 games, and like I said, I think we'd won 8 of our last 9. You know, at one time the Catholic beat us our last loss. So to say it's not tough would be an understatement. It's just trying to get these guys back in shape. That's the biggest thing, not playing, is, you know, these kids just getting them back in game shape and not injuries and all those. And then the unknown. You may play tonight and look up and you're maybe sitting another 10 days. Who knows?
Now, Coach, last year, man, we was on top of the world, you know, had a slip up, and you're pretty much rebuilding, you know, this season, having lost 3 of your top 5 scorers. How has that been, man? As far, especially like the disappointment from last year.
Well, you would bring last year up. Well, I try to forget those from time to time, but you know, but definitely, you know, I would say a slip up. It got beat by a pretty good Deshaun Jackson, put on the show that last year. So my credit to him, and what a season Warwick had and what he's having now. I'm very excited for him. But you're right, coming in this year, and plus not having any summer ball at all. So really did not know. I knew, you know, the Blackwell kid and Holman and Henderson, you know, all 3 of them were coming off the bench last year. So I lost all 5 starters. So I knew their roles had to change. So really my credit to them guys. They put the work in on their own. Us not being able to work with them was really different. So they've kind of surprised me and really gave us a spark. They kind of accepted that role. And then I think the Blackwell kid, Easy, is really, like I said, I've got some schools that have really jumped on and been interested in him. I didn't realize how good he was going to be. And I think that his improvement is shown on the court. And same way with Derek and Kanye. And then the young guys. I knew I had a good freshman class. Well, now them guys are sophomores. So I'm depending on them to play a lot of minutes. And right now they've stepped up to the challenge. So we've been excited about them. But to be surprised about where we're at, yes, I am a little surprised. But, kind of expectations. It was taught that when I got here at Henry Clay. No matter who's wearing that jersey, expectations don't change. So we're going to continue that motto, and hopefully you get the best out of your kid. So that's what we try to do.
Now, Coach, you speak of the talent you have. Of course, you have Blackwell averaging 20 points a game, almost over 7 rebounds. Kane Henderson, Kane Henderson, another kid averaging over 12 points. Is where Derek Holman, he's averaging about 7 rebounds. Have you had? Is it good to have kids like that who's had experience playing with you? Does that made it easier to get through these COVID situations you had to deal with?
Oh, most definitely. You guys know, I listen to you guys. Y'all know basketball as well. And it's very important
very lucky
to have
guys
somebody,
come in. And not only that, played at a high level.
We were a top team in the state last year. And then the year before that, we got beat in the region final. So a couple of them guys, Holman and Kanye, were on the bench for those teams and practice every day. So I think they understanding the expectations has helped the younger guys come along. That helps.
So, but just follow up on it too. So that says a lot about these young men to be able to know their role was very minimum back then, and not showing how well they've progressed now. That says a lot about you and your staff. It says a lot about those young men's character to be able to wait their turn.
That's right. Well, appreciate it. And I've always said my staff I've been very lucky. I've been blessed with having good staff, and a lot of guys have moved on or head coaches now, and we like it. But one of my best friend, Barry Bowman, who's been with me for 12 years, and the things, our expectations we bring to the table, I think with Steve Miller and just everybody on our staff been able to help with those expectations, but also helping kids understand what it takes to be a college player. So we take pride in that. We want guys say, you want to play college ball, we're going to help you play college, but we're not going to sugarcoat anything comes through that door. They know that. We're not sugarcoating anything. You really want to do that, then this is what it takes. And then that hard work and different things. So, it's a credit, like I said, to them guys. Them guys want to be good, the 3 we're talking about. And then also the young ones, they want to see that. They see Marquez Warwick do well. They see the Pun Tisdale do good in Felix Wilson, Kentucky State, or Keystone at Tusculum, and different ones. I go down like Leander over at Asbury. So they see that. So it's good that they have that dream. And then it's fun to be able to help them reach that dreams. That's why we're in this business.
Absolutely, Coach. Well said.
Now, Coach, the 11th region is the Wild Wild West, man. Anything can happen, Coach. So what we got to do to come up out of here, Coach, man, to take this region tight?
Well, you can't lose first round of the district. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to be in the region to try to win the region. So that's important. But like you said, I think Catholic for sure. We all know, even before they got the new kid, Brandon's done such a good job, and Ben, he's played so well. We think, I think you put them at the top of the list, and then from there, I think you can name a number, and that's a number of 6-7 teams that could easily be there at the end trying to beat them. But I think they're going to be there, and I think Frederick Douglass with Deshaun is going to be a tough out as well. But I feel like at Henry Clay, if we playing at our best basketball and our top players are playing well in our style, that we're going to be a tough out. And that's all I try to get them to understand. That it comes down to anything can happen. I've been here long enough. Like I said, I've seen a number of teams you think, well, they're going to win the region. They don't. So, but for us, we just got to continue to hopefully get games in. I don't want to be going into the district tournament and be 8-3. I like to get some games under my belt, whether win or losses, so we can get these guys back in shape. And hopefully it starts tonight at Lafayette, and then we'll go from there. But it's going to be a tough road. But I think, again, it's the normal 11th region.
Now, has this been probably your most challenging year as a head coach?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think you talked to a lot of us, and that's beyond, we talk about rebuilding or having a new group of kids. That's the start of it. But just the unknown, like I said, you may play one night and then you're down for 10 days. We didn't know when we were going to start or where we're going to end. So it's like the unknown, and it's definitely been challenging to stay on, more organization. It's caused us coaches to have to be more organized with practice schedules, with game schedules, with the girls, or, with all the cancellations and getting referees. And just a number of things. It's definitely, like you're saying, it's definitely the most challenging year.
When this guy next to me keeps saying we and what do we need to do, he is not a fan, Coach. Please, I think he's bad luck. I think he picked y'all last year. It might have been what happened. He's been known to put a jinx on teams.
And he said we.
Yeah, he must have got a mouse in his pocket, Coach. I don't know who we is.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, I think what you all do and help these kids and get them out there and get our programs across the state out there. Keep doing, because I know you all enjoy doing that. Yeah. And I enjoy listening to you guys. And again, hopefully, have me on again one day. Maybe it'll be after we win the region one time.
Yes, you got it, Coach. You look good this year. Good luck to you all, man. And we appreciate you joining us today, Coach.
All right, you guys stay safe.
Man, Coach Brown's doing things, man. He lost a lot from last year, and COVID's hitting them bad hard. But, man, Coach Brown, you never know in that district and this region, man. We always have some kind of upset, so be on the lookout for Henry Clay.
Absolutely, Coach. I only had the opportunity to play 11 games this year, 8-3, so that's tough for sure. That's tough.
Yeah, especially with a young team, basically rebuilding.
Hey, man, we ask you, make sure you check out our Sunday conversation, Coach. We had a great one this past week with Coach Wolf from Male. Great interview. We got previous interviews. Get back and check them out. We're going to continue with more content every Sunday. Look for those to come out. We're going to get a chance to send out this week's Sunday conversation will be Xavier Brown, star running back from LCA. Hey, man, as always, make sure you share, subscribe, like, hit the notification button. Let us know when we do post. Because like I said, 2 shows a week. We doing big things over here, Coach.
Yes, sir.
As always, make sure you get your merch with Coach Truck. Hit me up at him. We got shirts, sweatshirts, whatever you need. As always, we actually be a living donor. I'm Coach Bew, my main man, Coach TV on the side of Coach Truck. Anything else?
Hey.